Let's get ready. Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of the Love Bean podcast. Yay! We have our special guest here, Kurri Momo. Can we get an applause for Kurri Momo? Yeah! I am so honored to have Kurri on our podcast today. Kurri is the bunny girl, one brain cell VTuber. She does art, she does games, she even rigs. She's an all-rounder. Amazing.
For the introduction. Hi, everyone.
Yay, Kurri!
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming by.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Love Bean podcast. We are here for some girly chats. We're going to talk about relationship. That's the topic for today. A little background. I do follow Kurri on Twitter, and I always see Kurri's little tweets. Something on her mind, but there's no context. I'm always very curious to what Kurri's up to, with relationships.
I try not to give too much context publicly because you never know, who's reading it, right? But at the same time, it's like I need to get this out.
As you should.
So I'm happy to expand. You just have random questions about anything. So Kurri, what were you depressed in that day, that time?
Oh my gosh, it's a good tagline. At the beginning,
we were kind of talking about what should we talk about first, and I was like, okay, so why don't we talk about what I think is the reason for all of my failed relationships.
Kurri was asking me how the first podcast went, and I was like, we had a concert.
Yeah, I was like, I cannot live up
Kurri's
to that.
A little quiet.
So sorry.
See,
I
this
can't
is important.
sing.
Well, what's going on, Kurri? Why are we failing in relationships?
Okay, so as some of you guys know, or maybe not, I was recently seeing this guy. But I stopped seeing this guy and I was trying to think about why I stopped. And in the end, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is all because of my germophobia.
Oh.
Can I give you the context of my
Yes.
germophobia? Okay, so what happened was many years ago when Kurri Momo, was maybe 7 years old. So she was basically a very baby bunny, right? She was hanging out with a guy friend, and okay, at this age, I didn't know what love is, okay, but anyway, the context is I basically took a sip of his drink by accident, and it was disgusting. We were drinking the Vita soy, the chocolate version. I don't know if you ever had
yeah.
Yeah, but then I took a sip of his by accident because it was beside his, and I was like, what the heck is this? This tastes I don't know what it tastes like.
Ew.
And then from that day on, I just cannot share drinks, and anything that would maybe have body fluid or what that comes from the mouth, I'm just I can't.
Oh, me too.
So
me too.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. I almost had a heat stroke in Hong Kong once because I didn't want to share drinks with my grandma, with my own grandma. I'd rather die, I guess.
Dude, for real. I'm the same. Probably not to that extent, but I am the same. I don't like sharing drinks. I think it's weird. It's indirect
what do you
kiss,
do
you know?
That's a cute way to think of it, yeah.
Well, I also think about I don't know, I just think about saliva and I'm just ooh, I don't want a part of them in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know about you. So I'm a very, very visual person too. So I can imagine what the germs look like. So that really makes me not want to share drinks even more.
Well, good thing you're not in the
science
field.
I know, right? Otherwise, it's still over for me.
Sometimes I'll get TikToks like that though, where they're showing you under the magnifying glass, and then for example, it was water, and it's ooh, so ooh. Not to scare you from drinking water, but yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as it didn't come from a human, I think it would be okay. But I was just gonna say, even when friends ask me to share drinks, I hesitate still. It's better now. I actually can share drinks now, but it used to be oh my god, you're so strong.
No,
okay, I don't know. Maybe my friends, I just feel bad, some of them, they didn't understand why I didn't want to share drinks, so I forced myself to kind of get.
Is that a cultural thing though?
I think so. I'm in Canada. Maybe it's a Canadian thing.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm Filipino, and Filipinos they always share everything.
Oh.
I just don't like it. Even if it's a family member, I think it's kind of weird.
So
I mean, if it's my mom,
you're
okay,
just that strong. Wow, you're strong.
Okay, but I know you have a cat now, right? You have a little baby cat.
Yeah.
You have a baby.
That's right.
How do you feel about sharing food? Is that weird too?
Definitely not.
Okay,
No.
okay, I was wondering.
Okay, first of all, like you shouldn't feed your cat like human food unless it's like some sort of fruit that is not harmful. But no, I do kiss my cat, you know, like
That's
on
okay. I feel
the
like that's
nose
normal though.
sometimes. But I definitely would not want him to like eat my
Do
food, and
you?
I would not eat
We're getting
his
into
food.
like the germaphobe topics, I guess, randomly. Do you pet your cat and then you like eat a chip, or do you have to wash your hands and then
Oh
eat
yeah,
it?
that's fine.
Okay,
It's
I feel like that's
literally
normal
just
though for like a
body.
pet owner. Yeah.
Like people have dogs, and some dogs go like lick, 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 like really lick
Yeah.
your face,
Yeah.
like really a lot. I wouldn't be able to do that. Would you?
If it's my dog, it's different. But if it's like another dog, then I do wash.
Oh,
I wash up.
oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
do like let your dog lick your face.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm a dog.
Cute.
I don't have a dog anymore because he's back in
Mm-hmm.
California. But when he was a
Oh, I
baby, like
see.
I raised him, so you know he's my baby. He's my little
Oh,
baby.
oh, I see. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Circle back. We're germaphobes. We don't like sharing drinks. How
Um,
does this relate
yeah.
to the current person that you used to be seeing?
Yeah, so because of my germophobia, I'm not gonna lie, like my love life started way later
Mm-hmm.
than typical. Like I've had crushes. I've always had crushes on
Mm-hmm.
people, especially in high school, undergrad, but I never actually started dating until after undergraduate school.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
very, very late start. And
Uh-huh.
even this is why I think germophobia is like a huge reason for the things that I am and things that I am not. So
This
there
is
is
very
my
interesting.
first guy that I saw. He was so nice, but he also didn't enjoy the same food as I did. Like he would not put more than pepper and salt, for example, in his food. Yeah, he didn't really like flavors. It was really weird. There was this one time we went to have, I think, Korean barbecue.
Yum.
And like after you eat Korean barbecue, you kind of have like a smell on you, right?
Right.
Yeah, I could imagine the smell coming from his mouth too. So he like leaned in for
Oh.
a kiss, and I just like leaned back. I was like, my
Oh.
excuse at that time, I was just like, oh, we're in public, but it was actually I
It
leaned
was
back because I didn't want
actually
to
the scent.
germophobia.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
traumatized, and I've been thinking about this topic for like the longest time now. My recent date, he was so nice, honestly. Like physically, he was like perfect. Well,
Ooh.
kind of perfect, my type. But then there was this one time he was sitting somewhere, and I was like, "Where are you? I don't see you." And he's like, "I'm right here. I'm sitting." And I looked around to see who was sitting, and I saw this guy. I was like, "Huh." And also, oh, for those who don't know, I'm really blind. Like I actually need glasses to survive, but I don't.
Um,
So I see this figure, and I'm like, is that him? I can't tell. To be honest, it looked like a homeless person, like a person just chilling on the street. And then when I realized it was him, I was like, oh my gosh. I cannot believe I compared him to like, someone who's experiencing homelessness.
oh my
Because he was just
gosh.
like wearing a very
Oh my
baggy
gosh.
t-shirt and baggy pants.
Mm-hmm.
Any people out there, just make sure you're tidying up yourself as well. Wear clothes
This is a
that kind of
public
fit
service
you.
announcement.
Yeah, here's my advice to you. So, anyways, after that, I kind of felt my attraction to him kind of go down a little because of me and my blindness. But on my first date with him, it was like super hot. So when I hugged him, he was sweating. He was like drenched. Like his
Oh,
t-shirt,
not
like
the
it felt.
different kind of hot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was
different kind
totally
of
drenched. Like,
hot.
can you imagine going to like, oh, I don't know, like a water slide and then coming out with your clothes? And that's how drenched he was.
Oh my gosh, I associate sweat with smell though.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it really does smell. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
bad sense of smell, so it has to be really bad
Wait, I'm
to
confused.
for me
So
to
this
smell
person
it.
is drenched in sweat and allowed you to hug them?
Mm.
I don't think I've ever met a single person who is drenched in sweat and allowed you to hug them because they're always like I'm really
Yeah.
wet, like I'm really sweaty and gross. Like that's what they say. Why did this person just allow you to hug them?
And maybe it's a
They're
Canadian
built
thing because
different.
like he was like aware of his sweat, so it was like a very quick hug, but you could just feel how wet it is,
Oh
like
my
under your
god.
arm.
That's like
Yeah,
a
like
after you've been dating for
physically.
a while kind of thing, in my opinion.
What do you mean?
I feel like that's really comfortable. I feel like after
Mm.
you agree to be dating and stuff, then you can like hug someone when you're drenched in sweat. I don't know.
Oh,
This is
so
very
I
interesting
don't
then.
hug strangers. Also, like I met him on Hinge, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like we were total strangers. We were talking for maybe 2 3 days.
Right.
So it wasn't like one day of talking or one afternoon of talking. So fast forward to the date we had. Like we were like, let's watch some horror movies together at his place. I was like, okay, sure. And I was like, okay, mate, this is his place, so like he should be able to keep cool and not sweat, right? No, I was wrong.
That's
He was
I
still
can't
sweating.
believe that's like an actual concern you have with this person. Like surely they'll be dry. Like, hopefully they're dry today. Oh my
I
gosh.
really hope so.
Oh my
Exactly,
gosh.
right? So yeah, so it was just so I mean he
That's
wasn't
stressful in
as
my
drenched.
opinion. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah, like
stressful.
he was good personality wise, but because of my germophobia, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me, like, even without germophobia, would you be okay with a guy who like sweats like this? I mean, I
No.
don't know about smell. Actually,
I don't know. I've never met someone that sweat this much. I don't really know. I don't
yeah, it's
know.
because it's something he can't control, and this is something I can't really control
That's
much
crazy.
right now at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't think I can continue seeing you because, yeah.
Wait, what did
Actually,
you
okay,
say?
so
Did you just say you just can't see him?
I was also telling Ashley earlier, guys. I was like, I have a lot of stories, but I feel like I'm the bad person. I'm usually the bad
She's the
bunny in the
bad
relationship. Or
girl.
is there a song for ghosting? Because that's what I basically did.
Oh, gotcha,
I
gotcha,
ghosted
gotcha.
him in the end, and then by the time I was able to text him, like 3 days passed. You know,
Uh-huh.
so I was like, and he didn't
That's
reply.
a
He didn't like text me back too. Like
yeah. He's
the
also
last
not
message was from
responding.
him, so I was like, you know what, maybe it's okay then to like not reply.
Sad said,
Yeah,
what
I
if he
don't
was
know.
just nervous? So that's why he slid in. Oh, that's so sad.
You know what, Pocket Willing? Because he did say stuff like that. He was like, "Oh, I'm nervous." And on our first day, it was actually
Oh,
really cute. We were having ice cream,
oh,
and we
to
were
cool
just kind of
down.
standing by this wall. And I don't remember what he said, but he probably said something about him being nervous. And then and I also noticed, like, this was maybe 15 minutes in, his back was like really up against the wall. Originally, we were like in the middle of the path or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why are you against the wall? You afraid of me? And then he was like, he was joking about that.
We
Obviously, he's
love
not afraid of me. He
banter.
was like 6 foot, and I'm about
Oh,
5'2",
oh my
exactly.
gosh.
But then
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, T posing that kind of thing in real life. I was like, yeah, you're afraid of me. You're afraid of me. But no.
That's so
I don't
cute.
know. So maybe I did contribute to the whole nervousness.
Right. Oh, we love awkward.
I don't know. I'm a weirdo, I think, in real life. Just,
Yeah, I'm sure they were
follow your
nice.
stars.
Yeah, it's just it
Yeah,
wasn't probably gonna
yeah.
work out.
It wasn't. Yeah, I love eating. I tried to be a foodie at one point in my life. Like I had an Instagram,
Okay.
shared pictures, did all those fancy descriptions and whatever at one
Mm-hmm.
point. But then the pandemic happened, and then I gained weight.
Oh, that's fair.
I was like, oh, maybe I should stop.
I'm a foodie, but like I don't post
Yeah.
anything.
Really?
I take photos and then I eat it.
Oh, that's good too. At least you have like, I guess, like a record that you could keep.
Yeah, it's like a personal gallery.
Yeah, that's nice. There was this one person I dated who actually I cannot stop thinking about
Ooh.
even now. What he made was something so simple. We were both, poor grad students. So he was like, let me just pull some carrots, and he pickled them somehow
Oh,
in
I
like
love
5 minutes.
pickled. Oh, I love
How
pickled.
do you do that? I never bothered to Google it. Even when I
Isn't
remember
it just
this,
like
I
vinegar?
don't Google it.
I don't know.
It's just vinegar? Oh, that's
Yeah, that's how you
crazy. It
pickle
was so
things, I'm pretty
good.
sure.
Okay.
I like pickled
So I
carrots
don't.
and radish. Mm.
Oh, I love that. Me too. Me too. Radish is so good. So I don't know. Like cooking, I love cooking together though as a date. I don't do
That's
it like
cute.
by myself, but we made curry together. This is like another guy.
Oh.
Omelet rice,
Oh, so
barbecued ribs.
yummy. I love curry
Yeah,
katsu as
yeah,
like a date. Curry katsu is always like really fun.
yeah,
Speaking of curry
yeah.
katsu, I have
It's
a short
simple and
story where I've had too many guys say like they're gonna cook for me, I'm bad for this, but I was watching them cook, right? Because like, what am I gonna do? Like, they're cooking for me. What am I gonna do? So I'm just watching them cook. But then like you find out they don't know what they're really doing. Like, they know kind of what they're doing, but they're not doing like a common cooking practice, right?
Right.
Maybe I'm also just like a Virgo and I want things done a certain way, but they were struggling, is what I'm saying. And
so,
they
like,
also,
do they know how to use a knife?
I don't think so.
Like
And they didn't know when the chicken was done frying. Like, they were very uncertain about a lot of things. And I was just like,
yeah,
they need help. And then
I
end up cooking it, I guess, when they were supposed to cook it for me.
Oh my god, oh man, that's kind of cute. They wanted to cook for you, but then if you don't know how to cook, maybe don't say that. Don't offer to do that.
It was cute. I thought it was cute, but also it was like, I thought
cute.
you were gonna do it, and then I ended up doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
Oh my
it's a
god.
silly story. I don't know how it is in Canada, but America, they don't teach you, and then most likely your parents won't teach you. So cooking really is just like you have to learn it by yourself mostly. For me, I learned how to cook in my house, but I wasn't allowed to because my mom was always scared I was gonna like burn the kitchen down. So a lot of times we aren't able to like practice even in our own homes, to learn how to cook. So I understood. Like I was like, okay, like you live. We're in college, by the way, so it's like you're not moving out anytime soon. You're still with your family, and you don't have a kitchen to practice it. So I got it. I get it.
I kind of forget that.
Yeah,
so
that's how it is in America.
I'm a little bit lucky. Yeah.
What
my
about
dad
Canada?
is a chef.
Oh.
Yeah, so my dad
there
is a
it
chef,
is.
so I think I'm an exception because he definitely taught us,
That's
but
good.
he didn't really encourage it. But I
Right.
somewhere along the way learned to cook just because they were busy with work and everything. Yeah.
Cooking stream
so I learned
Kurri.
to cook. Oh my god, I would love to do that,
So
honestly.
cute.
But
Cooking
I just
date
don't
with
know how to
Kurri
set up a hand
stream.
cam. That
That's
makes
cute.
I would love to go on a date with all of my community.
That's cute.
Oh my god.
Another cute date idea that I like is I like pizza. I think pizza's like such a cute date idea. I have made the dough before, but I think it tastes better when I don't make the dough. So I just buy like the pre-made dough, and then you just get all of the ingredients, and then you can make your personal pizza. So
that is a cute.
There you go.
Yeah,
got you a date idea.
I love
fun.
that because then you can also get like all of the ingredients that you guys like, and if you guys don't like a certain thing, just split the pizza in half.
Yeah, personal pizza, very cute.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of date? So my favorite type of date is, I don't know why, I think it's like the high schooler in me. I love park dates, like just walking around the park or anywhere I can walk around. So I like parks, I like fairs, I like I went to art school. I don't really want to go to a museum, if I'm being honest with you. I'll appreciate it if we go to a museum, but I don't really want to, I'd rather go somewhere else, like a mall. I'd rather go to a mall than a museum, honestly.
What if they have like a special exhibition?
I do like them. It's just I've just been to so many, I'm tired of it.
I see.
What's your favorite type of dates?
So here in Canada, we don't really get fairs, but I would love to like walk around in fairs too. I also like walking in parks. Definitely trying out new restaurants. Like when I was in my foodie phase, back on my Instagram days, I would make that an excuse to go out somewhere. I'll be like, okay, what about this restaurant? And then we'll go to this restaurant that I've never been before too, and I'll eat something nice, take a picture, and be like, I tried this restaurant today.
Oh, I have a question. So when you pick a restaurant, do you pick it because the food looks good, or do you pick it because of the atmosphere is good?
I guess both.
Both?
Because these are sometimes like first dates, like first few dates, like first, second, third, it's nothing too serious. I don't choose very serious romantic restaurants. I just choose ones that are like within my budget and everyone says it's good. Yeah, chill vibes. I love coffee, but on a first date it can get a little bit, if I don't really know what the person is like and we haven't talked in a bit, and I don't like to text, so I try to actually schedule first dates pretty quickly. I would go to a coffee shop just to kind of get that meeting out of the way.
Do you like sit down and like talk there?
Yeah, we sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, we sit down. Unless if it's too noisy, then we'll just like walk around the park.
I don't think I've ever
It
sat
gives me
down and had
nerves.
like a coffee date. I think I'm usually just like walking
Oh,
or like going somewhere else. I
oh,
don't think I've ever sat down. Huh.
going somewhere else, like.
So when I think of like coffee shop date, I think of like college, and when I was in college, you walked a lot because like everything was close to each
Oh,
other. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I think about.
Oh, I went on a date in an anime convention too. That was
Was that
fun, but then
cute?
it's hard to actually talk. It's cute, but it's hard to actually talk and to know the other person.
That's you know
You know what
that
it
makes sense.
is?
When I go to
Yeah,
anime
they're
conventions,
baby.
I am
Mm-hmm.
zero in on the vendor hall
Yeah,
and the artist alley.
yeah,
I've no
exactly.
time for you.
Same.
I'm
And there's
shopping.
no, and you can't even like really cling on the other person too, because like there's no room
That's how
for
I feel about
not
mall
single file
dates,
lines.
but that's on me. That's not
Mm-hmm.
really on anyone else. Anime convention, you can blame it on the crowd and everything else, but I, when I'm in a mall, I just want to shop.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
I
then I
never
feel
had a mall
pressured
date.
because they're next to me, and I'm like, oh no, they're probably not having a great time watching me shop.
Yeah, I also like people who can shop with me. I've dated some people who don't like shopping. Like it's a chore for them and it's not fun for them to try on clothes. That is
Ooh, we can
not a
talk
deal
about deal
breaker, but it does
breakers.
make me.
Eep.
Oh yeah, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, like major
They
deal
need to like pets
breakers.
for sure. Cause I want a
Oh
pet.
yeah. Yeah, if they don't like animals, that's honestly really weird.
Yeah, they don't have to like coffee, but like we're going to get coffee. We're going to coffee shops, so
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I mean, there's like other non-coffee items that I'm sure you can get. And
Right.
but besides, like going to these shops together, yeah, it's the experience, not necessarily what you drink or eat, right?
Uh-huh. What are your deal
Okay.
breakers, do you think?
No, honestly, I don't know
Yeah, it's
besides
hard.
like
I was like, oh, we could talk
germophobia
about it, and then I was
stuff.
like, oh wait, I don't really. It's kind of a hard topic because I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean
very
like
like situational, right?
yeah, I think so.
Like obviously we just want nice
Situation.
people, and they're not rude and mean,
Mhm.
and they don't get mad at the waiter.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, wait. Can I ask you
Uh huh.
about this?
What?
So I've had dates where the guy is very shy, like shyer than, not shy actually, but they would be shy where they wouldn't even look at the waiter or waitress.
So like if I
Yeah.
have to do it, I feel like it's like, ugh, like I have to do it, and my partner's not like helping me out or benefiting me. I like it when my partner orders for me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think like acts of service is cute, even if it's just
Mm-hmm.
like I can definitely order myself, but I think it's
I'm very
even nicer if they
uh-huh.
offer to do it, you know, like take
My
the
like
first
backstory is
initiative.
I moved out of my house and like away from my family. For me, I'm already independent, so if like my partner doesn't contribute to like my life, like if he doesn't like benefit my life or she benefit my life, I don't really want them, right? Your partner's basically competing with yourself. And for, whatever you want obviously, but this is just how I view relationships. Like, well,
They
they don't have to be
can't.
better than you, but
They should
they
only
still
they should
contribute.
compliment you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with that.
Kurri is in fact Canadian. I forgot to say that. Kurri is in fact
Yeah, I'm a
Canadian.
Canadian. Maple syrup lover. Have my own polar bear. I know all the penguins around the town.
I
I
forgot
know all
that's
the
like a
mooses as
key
well.
feature of Kurri. Also, I just want to note that it's not because like I want my partner to do everything for me. I just know what I bring to the table. I'm very confident in what I bring to the table, so I want them to also bring things to the table. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
No, totally.
No
I think
misunderstandings,
what you
please.
said. No, no, I think I get that totally. How I feel when I'm dating someone or seeing someone
Mhm.
potentially who is going to be my love interest or whatever. They
Mhm.
have to be independent too. And if they can't
Mhm.
even like order for themselves like confidently, I think that's such a deal breaker. It almost feels like I'm babysitting them and I don't want to feel that way.
Valid, very, very valid. I don't know until I'm in the situation, but I feel like I would probably think that's kind of cute though. Like sometimes a shy person's kind of cute, Like sometimes I do like being
Mhm.
like the dominating force, Like it's kind of cute. Like I'll order for them.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, but like I have to be in the situation to know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors that can play up to it. If you're like super shy
Some girlies
towards
like a shy
strangers
person,
and you,
I can see that. I
it's
understand
actually
that.
so
I
true.
understand that though.
It's so true.
Mhm.
Sometimes I see couples and they're like both shy. I'm like, whoa. I mean, I get that. But then if the guy's like more shy than a girl, okay, maybe this is sexist. I don't know. if is this sexist, you can tell me, okay? But also,
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the
Well, I
guy
don't
should
think it's
be a little bit less shy.
I don't think it's necessarily sexist. I feel like you can prefer that and not be sexist. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like okay, it's sexist if you think every single male has to be more confident than a woman. Then yes, that's sexist. But I feel like if you prefer your partner to be more confident than you, that's not sexist.
Yeah. The second one, yeah. Honestly, I think both women and men should be able to be independent and order for themselves.
Period.
Is that good?
Yeah. Kurri has a good heart.
Thank you. I feel like I have my evil moments too, like ghosting the guy. I've ghosted too many people because I don't know how to communicate properly.
Yeah, I mean,
that
ghosting does suck, but I feel like it's pretty normalized
Yeah.
nowadays.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I've been ghosted too, and I'm okay with that most of the time.
Some.
There was this one time
Yeah, go ahead.
where the guy ghosted me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was actually really interested in that guy.
Aww.
I mean, at that moment, I was really sad. I was like, man, I thought it was going well. Why did they ghost me? But then I think about all the times I ghosted someone. I'm like, you know what? It's about time. It's fine.
Karma came back.
Exactly. I'm big on karma. So
I think
like,
what everyone is interested in knowing, though, will you continue to ghost people?
Honestly, I'm gonna try not to, but it just so happened like this time. He didn't ask me what's up. Why didn't you reply? So it's like, I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't need to reply.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I was also seeing this guy over the summer. We were dating maybe for just like 3 months ish, but he was very much into me. Like I think he basically said things where he was like, "Oh, we should," he saw like a big future for us.
Oh, wait,
and
how
I was not
long
at
were
all
you
ready
guys
for
together or dating?
Just 3 months. Just 3 months.
I mean,
like
he
from
can
start
think
to
that.
finish.
That's pretty. That's a lot.
It's intense.
He can think
Yeah,
that, but
I
it's
don't
a
know.
lot for me personally.
It is, right? I think it's part of his culture too. So
Okay,
he's
that's
Asian
fair.
from Singapore. So I think like a lot of Asian men, sorry, this might be generalizing, but I think for a lot of Asian men, when you're dating someone, especially my age range, which I'm not gonna say here, typically when you date someone, it's for the long term. So he was like in it for the long term, whereas
That's
I was
fair
just like,
though. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. So anyways, it didn't work out for me and him. It was again mostly because of me. I context, I was also I don't know, kind of in a situationship. So my heart was even my heart was also not in the right place, and like I need to figure this out still. But anyways, I ended up breaking up with him, and I did it properly.
Wow!
Like
Head pats
I
for
actually,
Kurri. Head pats for
yeah,
Kurri.
thank you. I didn't ghost him. I messaged him. I was like, you know what? Can we talk in person? I
You
did this in
confronted
person too.
him.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So we met out. Actually, it's so funny because we live literally like 5-10 minutes away from each other, walking distance.
Oh.
So, anyways, we met up. And I was like, I don't think I can continue seeing you, etc. But if you want to be friends, you can totally message me. But not gonna lie, I'm really bad at messaging, so don't take it personally if I don't message you back. But he was like, okay, that's fine, yeah. And he did try to fight for it because I think what we had meant a lot to him. So he did kind of like, are you sure? Like, can we maybe talk it out some more? But I was like, no. In my head, I never told him about the situationship, so he doesn't really know. Maybe I should have told him. That would have been easier for him. But he ended up messaging me on Discord as well. He was like a whole 4 or 5 paragraphs. Like it was a whole ass high school essay kind of thing.
Was it
about how we should,
good?
I mean, I appreciated it. I was like, wow,
I get nervous when I see like a big block of paragraph because I always expect it to be like really bad.
Yeah.
But that's just because of my experiences with big text. They're always like really bad.
Oh, Ashley, I mean, if you want to share that.
I have 2 questions for you. Now that you're talking, I have 2 questions for you. Okay, so do you have experiences where they try to get you to stay? Like, they really, really try to get you to stay?
But like for that guy, he did try.
Yeah, he sent the paragraph.
Because that's why he messaged me on Discord. Exactly.
Okay.
But I was like, I just know that until I figure out my situationships and stuff, it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, and I'm very delusional, so I think like in terms of my my
That's on brand
situationship, like
here.
I could imagine having more fun with my situationship than with him. So
Hmm.
yeah, it wouldn't have been fair to him. So I was like, no, I
That's
can't.
good on you, though.
This
You know,
isn't
you definitely could have
happening.
taken the more selfish route. So good on you.
Anyways, every year I'm like, go, I'm gonna be a slutty girl arc, but I
Hot
never
girl
do.
summer. She's gonna
I
hot girl
cannot.
summer. Uh huh.
Hot girl summer, exactly. Like I'm not.
I've had my attempt at hot girl
Wow.
summer. I can't do it.
Wow.
I get too
Mm-hmm.
attached. I'm very emotional and I get attached. I can't just have a thing with someone and then drop them, you know? Do you believe in being friends after a relationship? Because for me, I don't believe in it because I'm very emotional and I get too attached.
Really sweet.
The
I
line
wish
gets
I
like
could
really
be more
blurry,
like
you
you.
know, like what's friendship and what's like not a
Mm,
friend, you know, if I have these emotions for
yeah.
me personally.
I feel like I'm the total opposite of you.
Ooh,
So
go ahead.
my answer is no. I don't think I have been friends with some people that I just kind of caught it off with.
Okay.
Because in the first place, I caught it off because I didn't think we could work it out
Right.
romantically. So like the line for me is definable.
Okay.
But also feel like it's harder for me to kind of get attached emotionally
Mm.
to a guy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It takes a while, and I don't know why.
And I just
Yeah.
assume you don't think about how they feel, right? Because that's like another factor some
Mm.
people consider. They're like, oh, like I can't be friends with him because they feel like they still like them, you know?
Well, for this guy in particular, like he did message me after that, after I told him no a couple of times, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't bother replying. Oh my gosh, so I guess I did ghost him in the end again as a friend.
I said this in my last
Oh
podcast
no.
where sometimes I just do things for the plot.
Wait, what does that mean?
Sometimes I just put myself in bad situations to see how it all plays out, you know? Like not so much anymore, but in the past that's what I used to do.
Oh,
And that's another reason
oh
why
my
like I don't
gosh.
really stay friends with people I've been in relationships with because I feel like I'll just
Mm-hmm.
regress back to like how I used to feel, you know? And I don't want to go back. I want to move forward. So for
Like,
example, I have a relationship where I probably went back to them like 3 to 4 times.
oh,
Yeah, that's
oh,
like the
okay.
bad situation where it's like it doesn't sound good, but we'll see if it ends up happy ending. And like I think almost always it never ends with a happy ending.
Wait, so he also agreed to going back 3 to 4 times.
When I was in like high school, college, I was very love struck. Like I was very boy crazed in high school, and then when I got into college, I was also just kind of always in relationships. I feel like I definitely chased people more than they chased me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So like
Let's
these boys would
go.
dump me, and then I would be like, "No, I want you back. Don't leave me, baby." And then they would dump me, and then they would go back to. It was just a mess. You know, it was just a mess. You know, we make
Oh my
mistakes. We learn from
gosh.
it.
Yeah.
I'm a romanticist. That's another thing about me. I'm a romanticist. I always
Mm. Oh
envision
yeah, I
like the
get that.
best
I get
outcome
that.
or like the dreamy outcome. That's
Yeah.
not reality
Mm.
sometimes, you know?
I totally get that, but like, boo on those guys who just kind of string you along. I wish they went like, Ashley, no. I said no. Don't come back to me. But instead, they're just like, okay, heck yeah, let's go.
So, you know,
Round
I've also just
three.
like it's also like
Mm.
situationships too, you know. It's not always like I get back with them.
Mm.
Sometimes it's situationships.
Yeah.
I'm just like the fun piece, you know.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. Dating is complicated. It really is.
It is
Like
complicated though, guys.
it's so cheesy. Like the stars and time, like the timing definitely needs to be all aligned with the other person. Goals have to be aligned. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, like there's just so many things that needs to be aligned. Like attraction, germophobia level. If I can find a guy who's like a perfectionist slash germophobic, the same level as
Looking
I
for
am, maybe
a
that'd be perfect.
germaphobe.
Yeah. Let your friends know. But a single germaphobe here looking for dates.
Cute.
Sometimes I do get this spurt like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to go on date. I want to do all these cute things with a person that I like. Also do things to the plots like hold hands,
Mhm.
kiss, go have matching outfits. But then when I actually get down to it, and then let's say I find a guy, sometimes I'm like, I just want my alone time now.
Oh my gosh, I feel that. I feel
Mhm.
that. I really do. I love my alone time.
So I feel like when if I ever find another person to date, I hope they can somehow accommodate that.
Mhm.
Like having their own time too, whatever his name is.
Mhm. Mhm.
Chill together, but
So does that mean you don't
not
really want a clingy partner
if
or
I like them the same way,
mhm.
then yeah, I want a clingy partner. But if I don't like them the same way, then no. I guess it's situational. Like it depends on how
Okay,
much I like
fair.
them, I think.
So, but like, what if they always want to spend time with you? Do you like that?
I'll
Mm-hmm.
do it, but then I kind of resent myself and a little bit of them.
Mm.
But mostly myself because I'm like, well, Curry, if you didn't want to spend time, then you should have probably just say something, you know?
Well, we were saying like how you never felt strongly about someone to the extent where you want
Mm,
to spend every day with them. And then my next
yeah.
question is like, do you think it's possible then, or you like, do you think you could like
Oh,
someone?
yeah. Yeah, I think it is possible.
And then how do you know
Like,
that? You just feel it?
yeah, I do feel it. I don't.
Okay. So
So,
have you ever liked someone that you wanted to spend every day
I
with them?
did, I do, and
Okay.
right now this is what's
Ooh.
complicated because it's
Ooh.
current, it's still
Ooh.
active, and it's so bad. If you know, you know.
Fresh
But if
tea,
you
fresh
don't know, you
tea.
don't know. And I can't say
Ooh.
too much because they're also like in the community, let's
Really?
say. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm trying my best to like distance myself because it's a situationship because they want it to be a situationship.
Oh, they have control.
Yeah, they have
Oh.
control. This is the first
Mm.
person in my life that has total control. Like
Wow.
if I could control my feelings, you know, to an extent where I could break it up, I would, because I know this is not healthy for me. But I
Mm-hmm.
can't because I do like this person.
Have they shown signs that it could progress, or it's more of just you hoping that it could progress?
I mean, it progressed to this state because they would reciprocate, but then when I ask if we could label it or, you know, talk
Yeah.
about the future, it's always, Kurimomo, I'm sorry, but no. That kind of
Oh.
thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird.
It's
So I
okay.
know this person isn't totally the best, so I'm trying to like, hopefully by next year or maybe this year, I can break it and ghost them too.
Hopefully this year. But also
This year.
I just, I encourage you to follow your emotions. Like I said, I do it for the plot. Sometimes I just
Yeah.
go with my emotions and I
You know what?
follow
I love
through.
that. I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna try this. Like, go for a plot. I feel like everyone should experience something at least once.
Yeah, I encourage
Like,
everyone to follow their emotions. Even if
mm,
it doesn't play out the way you want to, you can still learn from it and grow from it.
yeah.
You have to recover, guys. You gotta get back on your feet. You can't be moping all the time about
Exactly.
it. You gotta move on. You gotta grow, okay? And
Let
also
yourself
take as
have a
much
bad
time as you need.
experience, but yeah, that's very true. You can't rush things. Wait, Ashley, I want to ask you
Yeah.
something. Can you maybe like give me some insight to how you would develop emotional attachment with someone? Because I really.
Right. I
Mhm.
probably won't give the best advice, but this is just what I'm thinking. I don't know because so when I was in kindergarten, I knew what a crush was, Like I knew what the feeling
Mm.
of a crush was when I was in kindergarten. So I've always like liked people at a very young age. Maybe it's like how you're brought up, honestly,
Mm.
because when I was young, I did have this idea of like a princess and a knight. Like that was my whole
Aw.
thing for romance. Like I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be the princess and one day I would find my knight. So that maybe it's just like
Mm-hmm.
what you're taught at a young age, what you consume at a young age.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How do you build that up though? So you have this image of what it can be, and then I'm guessing you just actively work towards that situation.
Like if I like someone, I always think of it as like I'm interested in them. I'm old though, so when I
Mm.
was in high school, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get married!" Like right away before even dating. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get married." But I'm older now,
I
and
thought,
I kind of approach relationships as like, "Oh, like I really admire them or like them." We go on dates to get to know each other. That's what dates are. You're supposed to get to know each other more. I also, I'm a yapper and I like ask a lot of questions, so that really helps. I feel like getting to know
yeah.
someone more.
No, I love first dates because of questions. I love asking
Yeah.
people about their life in general too.
I'm also just a believer in asking like the hard questions in the beginning.
Like
Maybe
what?
not like right in the beginning, but like at least within the next like 5 dates, right? Like you gotta ask them like what are you thinking about long term? Do you want kids? Like what's
Oh,
sex like for you? Like those are like important questions to me.
wow. I never know
Or
how
like
to ask questions like that.
I'm like I said, I'm a little older and like I'm kind of straight to the point. Like I know what I want, I know what I like, and I like talking about what I like. If they don't like it, then it's
Yeah.
very easy to weed them out, right? Like,
How do you even initiate a conversation like that? Because that's my thing. Like, I never know how to initiate conversations where we're talking about.
I kind of say it kind of playful, you know, and then chat could be like, Ashley, that is not playful or cute. But to me, in my head, I'm cute and flirty. Like, okay, I'm like, what are you thinking about? Like, do you want a family? You know, like, you gotta play it. You know, you gotta.
Now that you say, now I see now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so when I was growing up, I didn't really watch a lot of like Disney, Fairy Prince, whatever. It's more like Dragon Ball Z, like really boyish stuff because I have an older brother and my dad also loves stuff like that. Like I didn't have much exposure to Disney stuff. And then the reason, and I always say I want an older sister because I feel like I was not given that.
I don't know about Canada, but in America, there's a lot of that. You know, there's a lot of like traditional wife, traditional husband, kids, and you know what a family is supposed to look like, and like a dog. Obviously, times are changing, but when I grew up, that's what it was.
Yeah, we also had like a dog and a cat that my parents adopted because they wanted to look, I guess, American, you know, the American dream or the Canadian dream. And I think it's also important to have like shared hobbies too, to kind of build that for me. Like sometimes I don't really attach to someone because we don't have any common interests. This one guy I'm talking about, he was a League of Legends player too, you know?
The league guy.
He was
the league guy.
Yeah, league guy. He was, I think, on our first date or hangout, we were talking about that and he was like, oh yeah, I'm a diamond or something.
Red flag. I said this yesterday. I said, if someone says they're ranked, unless you ask them, if it's unprompted and they just tell you they're ranked, it's a red flag, in my opinion. Like, no one asked. I'm sorry. Yeah. No one asked.
I'm a platinum, diamond, apex predator. What's apex? What does that mean? Yeah. But then we didn't bond about games. We were bonding over like our school experiences together, so that helped build the emotional attachment that I needed. So he actually came out of a relationship that year as well. Yeah, and I was just like, you know, I haven't dated much to be honest. He was probably like my second dating experience. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. Like I just wanna, if you're okay with this, I wanna try this out and see where it goes. But then we did it maybe for like 6 months and it was still the same. It was 6 months, but like we didn't actually do anything R18. Like we kissed and stuff, but like we didn't actually go further, you know?
Like nothing was progressing. You weren't growing. You were just kind of I mean, my channel's, I always talk about, like, growing and trying your best and stuff. So I feel like if my relationship isn't, like, making me a better person, or AKA I'm not growing, it's kind of like, yeah, we gotta stop here.
That's so important. Yeah, I love that. I think that's actually so important. Like, if the relationship really doesn't, not in a selfish way, like, but it doesn't help you grow into a better version of yourself, then that's a red flag for sure. Unless you're somehow happy, but even like happiness is.
That's just like how I view relationships. So just because like that's how I view my relationship doesn't mean like you have to view it that way. You know?
I like that. Yeah, I like that. At the very least, you should aim for happiness.
Yes. Right. For me, I always say like relationships it's just compromise, honestly. You know, like whatever you want in a relationship, you know, you should receive, and whatever they get in a relationship, they should receive. And if you argue, you can compromise, and if you can't compromise, like you either accept to stay in the relationship or not stay in the relationship. You know, if people want to be simplify relationships, I can simplify relationships for you.
You know what? I never had like a big argument with any of my dates.
What about in general? Like, have you had a big argument in general?
In general, yes, but not with like people I purposely date for the purpose of like, you know, romantic relationship.
Right.
Like, I feel like every time there might be a conflict where, again, it just goes back to me not committing. I feel like I stop it early. I don't know.
Yeah, what are you saying? Do you say you give up on the argument, or?
I give up, yeah.
Or there's not even an argument, like you don't even have an argument. You just kind of like keep it to yourself.
Let's say they want to spend more time with me. I will be like, okay, sure. Like, I will force myself to do it, but I feel like
Kurri,
maybe I could have let them know.
You're a people pleaser, Kurri.
Am I?
That's what people pleasing is, when you do something you don't want to do to make them happy.
But then what else am you supposed to do though? Like if you're
you be
trying
honest.
to
I mean, this is
date.
just unsolicited advice from me, but you just be
Uh-huh.
honest, Kurri. You say you don't want to spend
You
time.
can't do that? Are you sure? Like what if it's
In
like
a
the
healthy
second or third
relationship,
date?
yeah. In a healthy relationship,
Even
yeah.
on a second or third date and you're just knowing each other?
Yeah, I mean, yes, in my opinion. But also
Is
my
that how
channel.
it
Remember, I
goes?
told you we support honesty here. I mean, you don't have to be mean about it. Like, you can be nice about it. You know, you can be oh, like I want to spend my time otherwise today. Don't take it personal. And if they do take it personal, that's on them.
What if I want to spend curry time for like one whole
You can
week? Do I
tell them
still
that. Tell them you
that?
want curry time.
What if it's like for 1 month? Like how much is how? When is it like
Well,
too
then
much? Like
Okay, hold on. Well, in my opinion, if you don't want to spend like any time within the month with them, they probably aren't for you, Kurri.
that's fair.
In my opinion, you probably don't like them. Oh, that's funny. You're so silly, Kurri. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to hang out with them, you can. I mean, like I said, everything is a choice, Kurri. You know, that's your choice. If you want to put yourself, you know, in that position where you don't want to hang out with them, but you hang out with them, that's your choice. You know, that's the choice you get to make. But I encourage you to make the choices that make you happy.
Wow. Actually, I think you're like the first person, though, to be honest, that told me that I might be a people pleaser. That's crazy.
I mean, from what you just said, that's what it sounds like. I'm no specialist, you know. I'm not diagnosing her or
But
anything.
still,
I just think
no, but still,
I am also
that
like
it-
I'm a recovering people pleaser. I think I'm pretty good right now. I don't know if I can use the title recovering, but I used to be a people pleaser, but then I realized that, you know, you gotta look out for yourself. You gotta be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Communicate with people.
I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy. Like whenever I see tweets of you like just treating yourself to food or whatever fun times, I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. We try to be happy. I have my own problems too, you know. I have my own problems too.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Are you
we try to be happy.
seeing anyone?
In my past, I just always was in relationships and then I leave relationships and I'm in relationships and I'm out of relationships. And I honestly like I did feel pretty judged back in the day. And I know like a lot of you won't judge me today. A lot of the people that I follow, they don't talk about their relationships, and I'm just like, I guess I just won't talk about mine either.
I think that's just the whole Vtubing thing. Like
Well, it's like everyone I
remnant
follow,
of
even this like one art channel that I
everyone.
follow, they don't talk about their relationships.
Honestly, I don't think I like that about the VTubing community. To be honest, like I like the whole immersion idol kind of thing is fun and all, but then at some point, like the people that I usually like to watch are people who share a little bit more. Obviously, like I'm not gonna ask them for details if they're not sharing that with me, but I do tend to like watch streamers who are a little bit more transparent for sure. Yeah, but I agree with you. I think like in the VTubing community, everyone, it's for good reasons. They probably have their own comfort levels too, right? Like it's like they play a character, and the character is, you know, not one to look for love or have love problems or whatever, and that's fine too.
Well, I don't want anyone dating me. Let me just say that.
Disclaimer here.
I don't want anyone here, to be honest. So,
oh yeah, no,
don't be here
sure.
for that reason. I don't want you here.
Parasocial is not good.
Yeah,
parasocial is definitely not good. Yeah.
Shady says I feel like it's healthier to not be too personally honest. Well, for me, it's just like I don't want that to be what I'm about. I guess I don't want I want to be myself. And I feel I don't know if you agree with this, but like definitely in the entertainment industry, if you have like, you know, a partner next to you, you're associated with that partner, and I just want to be me. I want to be known for me. I don't want to be known for like being with someone else, you know?
Get that. I actually love that. Sometimes I waver though. I do waver, to be honest. Like sometimes I'm like, yeah, Kurri this, Kurri that. But then I also sometimes get really delusional, like, it would be so nice if I'm a matching VTuber lover or something, and then we could like have cute art together, do this and that
that's
together.
That's so cute. I love that. That's so romanticism of you. I used to think that way until you know my age. I'm tired of trying to find someone like that.
You're still so
also, I am pretty honest with like everything, so I can tell you later. Like, I just don't want to be associated with like anyone. I just want to be me, you know. Because
I mean, even this whole podcast, I think it's important to keep your identity.
right, if like there's specifically a man next to a woman, like she becomes like associated with the man, and I don't want to be associated with the man. I just want to be me. Yeah.
That's actually so fair.
Like,
I watch a lot of. Can I mention like other VTuber,
yeah.
like corporate? Oh, okay. So I used to watch a lot of Niji Sanji VTubers. That's what got me started in VTubing. I watched a lot of Luca, and you're right. Like every time he collabs with a female, the female gets attacked by his fans, and or like I was saying like for Luca, like every time he collabed with a female VTuber, they get attacked and they get seen as like, oh, it's Luca's blah blah blah. You know, it's not like she is her own thing. So I think what you're saying was it's totally justified as an entertainer, and is I think it is just like a sexism that for me there needs to be a good balance. Even if I decide one day, oh, it should be Kurri, Momo, and X, it needs to be a balance. It's cute, not just Kurri, Momo, and X forever.
I do like couples accounts, and honestly, I do wish I had a couple account, but I'm not in a couple account. And that's okay. I like being myself. I like Ashley time.
Ashley time. Let's go, Ashley time.
Yeah, that's just how I kind of view on it, and I don't want people thirsting over me. I don't want any of that. I hope people understand that I just genuinely want to be me. Like, I just don't want any attachments.
I know you said that you used to be a people pleaser too.
Yeah.
And I think, sorry, this is not like love being romantic relationship much related, but I love that because I feel like a lot of VTubers here, they also try to please people a bit too much, including their viewers or people in their community a bit too much, and then they get burnt out. They get like burnt out from people pleasing their viewers or what they either.
My unsolicited advice to that person would just be, you gotta choose yourself sometimes. You gotta please yourself sometimes. Self-love, self-care. Like, view yourself as a person and people please yourself.
Yeah, and I think once you're satisfied with yourself or happy with the version of yourself, people will naturally come see you too. Sadie asks, hypothetically, if you were never in a relationship, would your current person...
I can answer that first if you want.
Yeah.
Definitely it would be different because, as Sky said, I am an accumulation of everyone I've ever met. Twitch.tv/SkyGlove said that on the last podcast. I really love like myself right now, and I'm very happy. There's a lot of like bad times obviously with relationships, but it really did make me and mold me into the person I am now, and I love myself. So
my personality is a mix of everyone that cross paths with me, including other relationships. I say this with quotation marks because I feel like they were too short. Not really a relationship. If I were never in a relationship, like I never dated, never went on dating apps, never had a crush on people, so I would say like me developing crushes on people, that's part of my personality too.
I think I don't know. Yeah, you really are everyone you've ever met, Yeah. Because everyone impacts you, everyone influences you. Good or bad. Cool. Relationships, so it could also mean friendships.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely friends have impacted me.
I'm very glad, Shady, that your friends have made you who you are today. I was thinking about this yesterday. Even my podcast is changing how I feel because I'm just, all my collabs too, so... this month is Collabomania for my channel, and it's just a silly little name for like collabing with as many people as I can. And even those collabs are impacting me a lot. I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I'm seeing different perspectives. Like, for example, now I have your perspective of germaphobe. These are very
hope it doesn't pass
growing
down to
topics.
I would not wish what I have on anyone. So there was this like one guy, we were like getting down to it, and at the end I was like, you know what? This is a different guy. I was like, I don't like his sweat, so that must mean that I really do like him.
Aww, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
We met over Pokemon Go, when Pokemon
cute.
Go was like huge, yeah. But then we would only talk about Pokemon Go.
Oh.
Like,
I mean,
Pokemon
if that's
Go.
what you want, I don't know.
No, that's not what I want. Like, I think mention something else, like about my day. I would talk about my work, and then he'll just be like, okay, Mewtwo over there, let's go. I don't even know how his day went because all he would talk about is Pokemon Go. Don't remember his name.
But you remember Pokemon Go? You remember all the conversations you had with Pokemon Go?
All the raids that we had together.
I don't think I've ever had someone... I feel like I have, but I just blocked it from my memory. I don't
Repressed
remember.
it.
Like, someone would just talk about the
Was
same
not
thing over and over
right.
again. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
They're passionate, you know? They need to find their
Very
Pokemon
passionate.
Go person.
Yeah, they're only one and only Pokemon Go.
Right.
Yeah, I need someone who's like, who can talk about anything, not just one topic, because otherwise it gets stale for me too. Wait, what about, sorry, now I got curious. Do you like clingy people?
I think I do, because I am also clingy, I guess. I am also clingy. I like, I don't know, I like spending time with people and then having a good time. But now I like my me time, so I don't really know.
Be like, Ashley, hang out with me today. Let's play League of Legends together.
I'll probably say
today and tomorrow.
I am busy. I'll probably say I'm busy. I'm working.
Okay.
We have a question. How do we feel about monogamy versus polyamory?
Yeah, so monogamy is when you're in a relationship with one person, and then polygamy also is like when you're in a relationship with other people, like more than one person. Yeah. So I have a friend actually who is in a that sounds weird, that word. But basically, so they're married. Polyamory, polygamy. Yeah. So anyway, my friend, they're actually married, but they told their partner that they wanted to pursue another relationship with another woman, and their husband was like, okay, and it's working out, I guess, because I think everyone is happy.
Right.
Like they haven't said, oh, this happy. Yeah, like they're still married, my friends, but I cannot imagine the boundaries that they have to kind of talk about constantly, because that's one thing. If you're in a relationship with like more than one person, they like, you need to talk to the other person constantly to make sure that they're still okay with it. Right. So I think it works if everyone is on board, but as soon as one person is not on board, you should probably not pursue it if you really treasure the other relationship. Personally, I don't think I can do a polyamory relationship just because I get clingy when I really like someone. I get jealous easily, actually, despite my emotional attachment issues. Like, once it starts. Yeah, right? So, I don't know, I can't. Sometimes I'm like, wow, Kurri Momo, I developed crush so easily. Like, I've also had crushes on people in the VTubing community so quickly, but obviously it goes away. I'm like, maybe in those instances, if I were doing my
hot girl summer,
hot girl, yeah, if I was doing the hot girl hot girl summer arc, then maybe. But I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
For me, I also get jealous, and I always joke and I say like, one relationship is already a lot of work. I don't want to deal with more people.
It's actually so
that's my like joke. I think I wouldn't do well because I am selfish, I guess. I just want like one partner that loves like only me, you know? I always think that it's like too much work to involve multiple people. It's already a lot of work dealing with one person.
Yeah, I can't imagine, right? Like, you're right. How do they even
I don't know. It also just gets really... For me, it's too complicated. I guess that's another answer. For me, it's just too complicated. I already get really insecure with like one person, and then it's like I add another person, I'm insecure with that person, and then like yeah, so can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. But if it was for like a hot girl summer fun time, yeah, that's fine, I think, maybe. I don't know. I've never done it, but I would assume it would work. I don't know. I have to be there. I'm definitely the type of person that doesn't know until I'm in the situation. Yeah.
Oh my god, and then would you do it for the plot?
Yeah, I probably would do it for the plot. I don't know, I'm also just really shy. Like, you know, I'm pretty shy with my body and like what I do with it, you know? So.
No, that's fair. You only have one body. You gotta take care of it.
I'm kind of weird about intercourse too, but that's because I grew up with a family that convinced me like I would get pregnant no matter what.
I feel that.
So I'm very like... That's
also my fear too.
But it got really bad, like...
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
It's better now.
I had a scare recently too, but of course it didn't happen, obviously. I was like, okay, now I got my period. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm normal. But yeah, it's scary to think about because you never know if that 1% chance could be you.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot. It's just hard being a woman, honestly. It's just hard.
Isu got approached by someone. We hit it off, but it turned out they were engaged and wanted to try poly. Their perspective is basically they have a lot of love to give. So if you were to take Ashley's advice to let yourself experience it for the plot, if that's for you.
Yeah, it's consent, guys. Everything's consent here.
I'm trying to think what I would do. Like if I were in that situation, someone approached me like, you know what, I'm already in it. Okay, actually, I did kind of have a little encounter like that. It was on over one of the dating apps. So this was like maybe a few years ago. I wanted to try dating girls. I think I'm pansexual. I basically like if I can build that attachment to anyone or I just basically crush on anyone, whatever. So
Yeah.
that's why I think I'm pansexual. But anyways, I want to try dating girls because I never really had that chance to.
Right.
I matched with this girl who I thought was, pretty cute. But then after we chatted a while, they were like, actually, sorry, I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm in another relationship. I have a husband. But then she was like, do you want to join us? And apparently this is a thing, like where girls go on these dating apps even though they're married and they help their husband or I guess themselves too to look for another girl to join in that relationship. So they can all, I guess, have like super sexy times. But back then I was like, yeah, super sexy.
Well,
times.
they must really love
back
them,
then. Yeah, I don't know.
The dude is not even
honestly,
looking for the woman. The woman's looking like the guy's not even trying to find a woman.
Yeah, but maybe they did this strategically, like if it's the girl approaching the other girl, maybe it's like, oh yeah, they'll trust this more. Anyways,
maybe
I didn't
because
go
he
through
wants
with it
to
because
see, like maybe it's because the wife has to be compatible.
Yeah.
Because he wants to
Yeah,
watch
that's
her,
true.
whatever he wants to watch her. Or whatever.
Yeah, if we take it like in the most innocent way, yeah, for sure. But I didn't go through with it because it was kind of sussy. Like the whole circumstance was kind of sussy. You know what? I don't want to go my hot girl arc that badly, so never mind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least you got offered, I guess.
Yeah, at least I got offered.
I've never got offered that, but yeah,
I'm sure if you wanted to, you could easily.
I'm good. I'm good. That's too complicated.
Okay, I don't know if this is too R18, but I feel like, okay, like my first time, I was like, oh, this is it, And then when it ended, I was like, I didn't get even more attached. I wish I did though. Based on our conversations, I think that act itself was more emotional on my end. Maybe it would be easier to have a relationship for me. I don't know.
I think that's normal. First times always sound overhyped. And obviously, like, sex in media is not real. Like, it's not real at all. Oh my god,
I was just thinking about it.
So
sex in like media is so sexy, but then in real life it's probably anything
not the same. Crazy.
No, when you have it like
porn is not the
speed,
same
it's
as
not.
actual sex either. You have to really just consider it. You just have to consider like the grand scheme of it all, where we live in a society where media portrays sex very impactful moment in your life, and it's supposed to be this X way, and you're supposed to feel X way. And then, at least in America, our education system, they don't teach you they don't teach you any of that stuff. They don't teach you like your organs or anything.
Really? Yeah. They did it?
Well, some people did, and then a lot of people didn't. For me, no, they didn't tell us anything about that, They didn't teach us anything about that, really.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I think a lot of the guys I was with, they didn't know how to they've never put a condom on before, so, they don't know.
Okay.
They're learning, on the job, so.
Shit. Probably not the best thing to learn on the job.
So, you have to really see the grand scheme of it all. Like, no one teaches you how to have sex, no one teaches you how you're supposed to feel, or when you're gonna do it, or, it's all just kind of like, you're all kind of by yourself. So, I would, it's pretty normal, I would feel, that experience you've had is pretty normal. The only reason why mine's different is because, like I said, I was very terrified of getting pregnant. My first time was not fun. My first time was fearful. Yeah. It was scary. Yeah. Gar says on the job. Dude, they be though. They really be though. They're learning on the job.
Oh my god. what porn
that's
is
fair
not like
though.
in
That's fair
normal
because they don't
everyday.
teach us. There's no education really in
Yeah.
America. You have the
Mm.
internet.
That's honestly so crazy to me. I
Yeah.
thought that Canada and America would be similar, to be honest, especially in terms of sex ed. Yeah, that's not good. Oh
I
my
think I
gosh.
did, but honestly, I don't remember it. Like, I feel like I might have had sex ed, but I don't remember any of it. And I think the
Yeah, they
general
usually do it like.
education is just like they just tell you all the scary facts. Like, having sex was bad back in the day, and people would just like slut shame everyone if you had
Oh
sex, and
no, I
you're
think
supposed to wait before
my internet
marriage.
is sussy again.
Like, I feel like first times, maybe we don't know someone else who had the best first time in the world, but like
That's true.
it's not as magical as you think it is.
Yeah, it's not as romantic.
And
That's
yeah.
actually so true. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very awkward for sure.
Like
It's
you're just
true.
not good at it right away, it's
Yeah,
something you gotta work on
it's
and
true.
communicate with your partner.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning indeed.
Like I didn't even know like a lot of things about my own body. Yeah. During like those types of activities. Like there's just a lot you learn when you explore yourself, So I would recommend everyone to do that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I really like it when people like kiss me on the neck.
Sensual.
Yeah,
That's cute.
I think
I like
feels
that.
nice.
It's cute.
Yeah, thank you. But like I would have never known that if I never experienced it.
Yeah,
So.
see, that's exactly. See, you
Yeah.
have to really just explore and experience things, and you get to learn more about yourself
Yeah.
and what you like and
Yeah,
what you don't
exactly. Because there are definitely things I don't like that we did, like spanking. I hate people who spank.
like. Oh my
Once
gosh,
did
that
did
happen
that.
to you? Like,
Yeah,
like just
it was
randomly? Like they didn't even
just
ask
randomly.
you? Oh,
That's exactly right.
MG, I'm
Yeah.
so peed. I'm so peed.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was surprised. So, like, they did respect me. After they did that, I was like, can you not do that again? That was weird. Not even in a good sense. So they
OMG. No
stopped.
consent.
But,
Just spanks you.
yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
That's not sexy, guys.
That is not sexy at all. Even if you
That's
think it's
scary,
sexy,
if
it's
anything.
not. Yeah, right? Like, good thing he was not
Scary.
intimidating, but it's like you don't spank someone in that position, like without saying it
I
first.
know, he doesn't even
It's
ask.
weird.
That's terrifying. Good thing you're
No.
not with them. That's terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was one of the reasons why I stopped seeing them because I was like, one of the many.
It's kind of hard. I don't know. It's really hard. This is why communication is important.
Yeah, communication.
My gosh.
Like, I think even if they don't ask, like, if you think asking is not sexy, there are definitely ways you could, I think, gauge on whether someone would like stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Asking
Just, like,
is sexy.
lightly
You can
kinda...
ask sexily. Sexily.
Yeah. Yeah, or just be like, yeah, like, can I touch your bosom and smack
See?
it?
Ooh. Kurri Momo
And I'll be like, okay, where are you taking me?
Yeah, you can play. It's a little foreplay. You can get into it.
Yeah.
There's ways to ask.
Yeah, foreplay is so important.
Yeah, engage in foreplay, please.
Yeah, everyone, take notes.
We're like sex educating out here on the podcast.
On North America's behalf. Always ask permission, dress nicely. What else did we learn? If you sweat, just wipe it off. You know how like in Asia people carry these little handkerchiefs because of sweat?
Those are cute, right?
I wish more people did it here. Yeah,
those
I think
are
that's
cute.
so necessary.
I love like my shoujo anime where it's like, here you go, you can give it back to me whenever, and they walk away, and I'm like, oh.
They have it on you. It's like, here, Miss.
You have
Ashley.
something.
You have something on your cheek.
That's cute.
Wipe it off.
I know.
And then you like left with the handkerchief, like, okay, I better wash this later and give it back to them.
That's cute.
So maybe everyone in the chat as well, make note of that. Start carrying handkerchief. We can start a trend together,
Oh, true.
We can start
the movement. It could be
Same.
so
I actually did it used to be a thing gentlemen would carry back in the day. Yeah, like when did it stop? I think it stopped when everyone just started wearing t-shirts, not suits.
By the way, Kurri, I
glad
do like
that
all the
they're-
outfits you buy. You're so cute.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, me too. Like, I feel like a lot of the new dresses that I buy from, especially like indie artists online, they put pockets and everything. I
Bless.
love that. Yeah.
Fashionista.
It's my delusional self is
Kurri
like, if I get
brand.
big, oh my god, can you imagine how cool that would
That would
be?
be
It's
really
so cool.
cool.
Yeah, I will
It
love
would be
it
comfy
if
too.
somehow I
You know
can
it would
make
be
it.
comfy.
Oh, it'll be so comfy, and I love oversized clothes. So lots of oversized sweaters, hoodies,
That's
cardigans,
cute.
maybe like one or two fitted, but definitely things for women and men to wear. Yo, this is a good point in time. If you want more Ashley merch, you do have Ashley merch already,
I do
don't you?
have Ashley merch. Oh my gosh, the
Wow.
plug-in ad, and I didn't even pay Kurri for this.
Everyone, check out
Unpaid
Ashley's
sponsorship.
store right now to get those really
Thank
cute
you.
stand. You can have your own Ashley like cheering you on in your
There's actually like
relationship.
one more left, I think. But there's actually posters and prints
Whoa,
available.
there you go. Posters and prints still
You're
available.
so
You can
cute,
put her on
Kurri.
your wall and she'll be like, let's go as you like do your sexy things.
We need more Kurri merch for real.
So when you like try to imagine something, do you see images as well?
Yeah,
Some people can't do that
that's what I hear
apparently.
too.
Yeah,
Can you?
can't imagine. I can, yeah, I can visualize things. It's interesting, right? Like also when I start
That is
drawing, I think
interesting.
I have to visualize it in the beginning, then I can draw it out. But yeah, like if
It's
you
so
can't
funny because I
visualize
think
it,
I saw an interview with like someone that has that where they can't see an
uh-huh.
image, and then the people around them they're like, "Well, do you see the word?" And they're like, "No." So like I don't understand they don't see anything. Like if you say
They don't
cat,
see
they don't see
anything.
anything.
Yeah, you know that picture. They always use this picture of an apple. I think as an example, like they literally like if I close my eyes right now, everyone to close your eyes and think of an apple. Like how detailed can you see that apple? Like for me, I can see the entire outline, the redness, the shades of the red, the leaf and the stem. If I want to make it glossy, it's very glossy. But then some people they would just see blackness, a void,
Ooh, so this is fun. So
emptiness.
this is actually really fun. So for me, I actually see an apple, but it's slightly blurry. The opacity is low.
Oh,
So I do see it, but it's not like clear.
whoa, that's
Isn't that
cool.
interesting? So
Yeah,
that's how
like
I can
blurry.
determine it's like a. That's how I can determine it's a thought, not like an actual. I guess that's my memories too, though.
Okay, wait. So, like, if you were to zoom in on that apple, would it be more sharp, the image?
No. Oh, you know what that
Okay,
also might be contributing to though? My bad vision.
hmm? Oh, well, I don't know about that. I have really bad vision too. Like, I technically should wear glasses because I keep saying hi to the wrong person, like IRL. Like,
You're
I'll
so
just
silly.
randomly say hi to strangers. That has happened recently,
Oh
which
my
was
gosh,
so
Curry.
embarrassing. I'm nearsighted because I can see nearby things, but I can't see
Okay.
far away things.
Okay. I was
But
like, how are
even
you on the
some,
computer?
cause actually, I don't know. Cause sometimes even when I'm like looking at your chat right now,
Yeah.
it's pretty like it's not the sharpest, but I can still read it. But there were some situations where like this chatter, their name was I bread, like
Yeah.
bread, but I was like I breed. Why is
Oh.
your username so sussy? And I had to look closer. Oh, I bread. Hi.
I have
Yeah, little things like
astigmatism.
that.
Do you know what that is? It's basically like you have a hard time focusing on something. So I can see everything, but it's hard for me to read chat sometimes because I have astigmatism. So it looks kind of like blurry a little bit, like a little bit.
Oh,
So sometimes
whoa,
it
oh.
looks a little fuzzy.
I see. So that's what you mean by like maybe that affects how you
Yeah, maybe that's
visualize
why I don't
things.
see things clearly.
Ah,
Is because I don't see things clearly in real life, anyways.
I see.
That's
Interesting,
funny.
huh?
I
I
just
can
I
imagine
never
the
thought
delicious
about that until you
apple.
brought it up, like how clear I could see something in my head, and it's
Yeah.
never high definition in my head. My dreams are high def,
Oh,
but
oh, interesting.
not my Apple.
In your dreams, is it very realistic?
Yes, like I think I'm in it. A lot of my
Oh
dreams
my
are third
god.
person, but
Wow.
sometimes I get first person. Like it's my dreams are weird because sometimes it's first person, but I know it's not me. I'm just like looking through the first person POV.
I actually understand that. Yeah,
Yeah,
my dreams are mostly first person, but sometimes I have a feeling that it's not me, like I'm another person.
yeah,
Usually no, but sometimes when I do dream, it does feel like it happened. Like if it's like a
oh
very normal
yeah.
dream where I went to school, saw this person, we chatted, and then we said
Hmm.
something about something. I wake up, I'm like, But then days later, we're chatting. I'm like, whoa, this is deja vu. Like, did we talk about this before? I
Hmm.
feel like a lot of my dreams are like, I don't know, it things to refer back to. Like, oh, deja vu. But I think it only happened in a dream. I don't know.
Lucid dreams. I know for a fact that I can lucid dream. If I recognize I'm in the dream, I can lucid dream. But if I'm just kind of enjoying the dream, I can't lucid dream, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, my lucid dreaming is like I can try to change the outcome. So like, yeah. So like, if I know that I'm in a bad situation in the dream, I'm like, well, like think of like let's just have a better outcome. Like let's get out of this, you know, in my head. And then I get out of like.
But you don't wake up and you're still dreaming?
Sometimes, but a lot of times I do wake up. Once I realize I'm in a dream, I usually wake up. Once I realize I'm in the dream, I usually wake up.
Well, I don't think I can lucid dream. Like, I don't think I can control.
There's a lot of times where I'm aware I'm in a dream in my sleep.
I think, yeah, I get aware too, and then I wake up as soon as I'm aware.
I think that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then are the dreams in color? Yes. For me, they're really high def. Like, grossly so. If I have a nightmare, it's gross.
Oh, no.
I think sound effects are different, though. I don't think I have, like, the high def sound effects.
Yeah, same here. I don't think I've had surround sound. What's the other type of dreaming, but not quite dreaming? It's like sleep paralysis.
Oh, sleep paralysis is when you wake up and you can't move.
Yeah, but then you still see like dream-like things. I've had that a couple of times when it's so scary because like I watch a lot of horror movies.
Oh.
And so like each time I've had that, I would see or feel like the Ring Girl or the Grudge Girl, you know. I also want to try like the Ouija board one day.
I don't. You want to try the Ouija board? I do not.
Yeah, just to see. Yeah, like it'll be nice if ghosts were real, don't you think?
Oh, so do you think ghosts are real?
I want to believe that, and that's why I want to do the Ouija board. How about you?
I guess I'm the same. I would like to believe they're real, but I would also not try to contact them.
Have you had experiences?
No. Zero experiences.
Okay. He was telling me, okay, so his family, like, they've been Canadians, you know, hanging out with the polar bears for a very long time.
Is that a thing in Canada? For real. Like polar bears?
Well, sorry, it's not a thing.
Oh, okay.
But their family has been, like, in Canada for a very, very long time. Like, let's say, like, 100 years, actually. Not because Canada is not.
Wow.
But he was saying how his guitar is haunted and that he would regularly see his grandfather, who was the last person to have this guitar, like in his apartment. And then sometimes he would hear his guitar being played.
That's terrifying.
Ghost stuff and not being like
does he like it? Yeah. Does he like it because it reminds him of grandpa or what?
He doesn't mind it. I was like, why don't you get rid of the guitar? Like, that sounds really scary. Why are you keeping it in your apartment? I was like, oh, it's okay. It's usually just like no big deal.
I think if it was like my grandma and grandpa, I'd probably be pretty chill about it, you know?
That's true.
That's kind of cute. That's true. Like, oh, like grandma's watching over me. I don't know.
That would be sweet, yeah. But, you know, as like a person who's not related to his family, I was like, holy shit, that's really scary.
Creepy. Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't want to hear.
Creepy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
But you're right. If it was my own family, I'll be okay.
I'm also just like a coward. I don't really watch horror stuff. I like thrillers. I've watched American Horror Story. So, you know, there's some degree of like horror, but I can't watch gore or like anything scary, really. Suspense makes me anxious.
Would you ever watch a horror movie then on a date?
No. You know what's funny? I would watch a horror movie for my chat, but I would not watch a horror movie for my partner.
With your chat, but why?
Because I appreciate them, and it's like we're watching it together. Everyone's watching it together, but if it's just like me and this person, I'm like, it's okay. For content, I'll do it, but not for
content.
It's out of my comfort zone.
I always wish I was like, you know, people like you. Like, I wish I got scared of horror because I think on a date it's so cute. Like, I could use that as an excuse to cling on the other person. I mean, I would watch, you know, horror movies of, you know, my community, whatever, too. But it's even better to watch it in person so that I could cling on to you and, you know, have an excuse to hold on to your arm and stuff.
But, you know what's funny, though? It's like,
Yeah.
You sound cute, say that, but for me, like, who is scared of movies, I'm like, that is not cute. That's not sexy. Like, I'm terrified. Get me out. Like, you know, my flight instincts are like, get me out, get me out. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch. Like, I'm terrified. Like, that's not sexy. Like, and
But you're
I'm
still okay with watching it with your chat though, with friends online.
And I'm like,
That's
if I'm with a
scarier.
partner, I'm like, don't touch me, like, I'm scared. I'm scared.
I see. Okay, so it's like the touch part. Like, what if they accidentally surprise you?
Oh, I don't like that. People think that's cute.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like pranks, like surprise pranks, scaring
Uh-huh.
pranks. I don't like that.
Mm.
That actually
See,
terrifies me.
I used to be mischievous like that. I would like to like sneak up on my friends. Not like, I don't do it in a creepy way. Like, we'll be texting each other, I'll be like, oh, I see
Uh-huh.
you. And then they'll be like, huh? They'll look for me. And I'll like,
I
pat her, and like,
I think it's like family trauma for me because I
oh.
found this out after living by myself. By the way, you learn a lot more about yourself when you live by yourself. When I was living by
True.
myself, I found out that I'm really jumpy. Like with, for example, if
Oh.
someone to walk through my door, I would jump. Like I would be so scared. I'd be like, whoo! Like I would flinch.
Yeah.
Some type of trauma that I don't understand.
Oh,
I don't know.
no, I get that.
Hi,
That's
Sky,
that's
welcome in.
rough.
Well, a lot of people, specifically guys, I would say, enjoy little pranks like that. I, for one, do not.
No, that's fair though. Like, if you had trauma related to that, definitely. Yeah. Too mischievous, but I
Not
think at some point I was
mischievous.
just like, okay, I need to be more mature. I need to be a.
Like my body's like scared out of its mind. My
Mm.
body's like, no, no, no.
That's good. You're gonna survive it.
I'm gonna
Anything.
survive.
You have the survival instinct.
My survival instincts are top notch. Still to this day.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Very Chinese-y, and I think a lot of their ways of parenting is like, be braver. If you're not brave, don't cry. If you cry, you know what I mean?
Uh huh.
So it's like definitely things like that. That's not how you deal with kids
Ooh, Kurri, do
having
you
fears.
cry?
It's just gonna. Honestly, I don't cry.
I was gonna say maybe
Like,
because of your culture, that's why you have such a hard time like being in tune with your emotions. I guess.
yeah, I
Is that
think
a thing?
that's.
Or is that just
I
like
think that is a
you
thing
connecting with
because
emotionally? Or is it just
I
emotions in
think that
general?
is I think that is definitely a thing because I've been thinking about stuff like this for the longest time as well.
Uh-huh.
And I was also reading a book about like attachment theories. Do you know much about that?
I think so.
So there's basically, I think, 3 or 4 different types of attachment style. So obviously you have secured attachment
Oh
where,
yeah, I know this, yeah.
yeah, that kind of stuff. So, or like I think back in the day, people would just kind of use this to describe your
Yeah.
attachment with your family, right?
It's helpful.
But I
Definitely
think,
helpful.
yeah, very helpful. And then I think recently, not recently, but like people have been using it to also help describe, romantic
Yeah,
relationships.
I think
So
it's helpful.
yeah, it's definitely helpful to kind of because it kind of helps reassure you that you're not weird or abnormal, like
It's
like this
definitely
is
an
normal.
explanation.
Yeah, and
And
then it kind of helps you become more aware so that you could fix it. I'm more alike to something called like avoidant attachment,
I
which
had a
is not.
feeling. I had a
Yeah, which
feeling.
is like all about the whole, oh, it's hard for me to get attached to someone emotionally just because maybe at the back of my mind I'm trying to protect myself in
Yes.
some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that definitely comes from parenting. How my parents reacted or not reacted to how I.
A lot of things are linked to how you grew up. Pretty sure mine hasn't changed. I'm pretty sure I'm anxious attachment style.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I try to control the relationship by like always getting reassurance, but it
Mm-hmm.
turns out nothing will ever reassure me.
What is anxious attachment then?
So, people with anxious attachment styles struggle to feel secure in their relationships. While they long to feel close to their partners, this need is often driven by fears of abandonment, mistrust, and low self esteem.
Mm.
Your attachment style develops in childhood but can affect intimate relationships as you get older. That's pretty accurate.
Okay. An avoidant attachment style that makes it challenging to have fulfilling, trusting relationships. Common behaviors include distancing yourselves from others, refusing help or support, and suppressing emotions. Impacts range from loneliness and isolation to anxiety and low self esteem. I mean, like, it's pretty fair. I feel like that's why I love Kurri time so much. Though I don't know, like at this point, have you ever thought about like love language? I
Yeah,
only
all the time.
just recently really
Yeah.
thought about that, and I still don't know what I like.
Maybe you just like
I'm
everything.
guessing maybe,
You know, there's
yeah.
a test,
I'm
right?
guess
I made everyone take like a test.
yeah, cool, but I haven't taken it recently.
Cause mine is like words of affirmation, right? But like I said, no amount of words is gonna make me feel secure. So I guess I still do like hearing it though. So avoidant attachment is an attachment style a child develops when their parent or main character doesn't show care or responsiveness past providing essentials like food and shelter. Oh, the child disregards their own struggles, which is your people pleasing tendencies and
Damn.
needs in order to maintain
Today I
peace
learned.
and keep their caregiver close. Oh wow, does that resonate with you or no? I think that resonates with me. Understanding it.
Yeah, I feel like there's some overlapping concepts with
Yeah,
avoidant
of
and
course.
anxious. Definitely. Yeah, like not gonna lie, like when I was growing up, I'm the middle child, so I don't know. I was just kind of left, by myself
I
chilling a
understand.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah. Aw, the middle
yeah.
child.
The middle child syndrome. Like I
Aw.
try not to. I really hate stereotypes, but like when I try to do like these introspective studies on myself nowadays, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
like I think it's time to kind of acknowledge that, but also just work towards maybe addressing that, not
Mm-hmm.
ignore that, because I think ignoring is probably actually not the healthiest way to deal with things like that.
I like learning about myself. I mean, whatever resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to take it, obviously.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
fun learning about
Yeah.
yourself, in my opinion. I'm also into like,
Yeah.
not everyone is into this, but I like astrology because it resonates with me a little
Oh.
bit, and sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's like a
Mm-hmm.
silly little
Oh yeah, for sure.
thing that's fun.
Let's go.
What are
I'm
you?
a Scorpion. Scorpion.
Scorpio.
Scorpio,
Oh, I love
Scorpio.
Scorpios. Yeah, I just love Scorpios. Scorpio woman is
Nice. I
the
have a lot of
best looking, oh my god, and perhaps most mystical of all zodiacs. She is mysterious
mystical.
and
Yeah.
irresistible, deep as the sea, peaceful or stormy depending on her mood. Scorpio woman is in harmony with life and nature's essential forces is shaken up by big tides occurrences of human experience. I've never disliked a Scorpio
Yeah.
lady.
Wait, what about Virgos? What's the typical
The
description for
typical
Virgos?
description for Virgos: Virgo is an independent and intelligent woman. Which what I said. I'm very independent.
So true,
If you
yeah.
see a woman with an air of mystery and self-confidence about her, she might be a Virgo. Much of that is due to the ruling planet of Mercury. I don't know anything about planets, which allows Virgo to look more deeply into her heart and soul to see what's found. Which is really funny because I just
Wow.
said I love learning about myself.
Yeah, no, it's actually so true.
I know you just said you don't like stereotypes. Would you like to hear your Scorpio stereotypes?
Yeah.
To see if it
I
resonates
know.
with you?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
If you
Let's
want,
go.
you don't have to say no. You don't have to people please with
No,
me, Kurri.
no. No, I actually love astrology too. Like
Okay.
when I had this rough time with a friend, I was like I was so edgy. I saw this Scorpio ring and then I bought
Mm.
it so to remind myself that, I gotta be strong, like what the stereotypical Scorpios
I love
are supposed to be
I love
like.
it when people are like, they got the stinger. They got the stinger.
Yeah.
I love that. Scorpio character traits include being strong, enigmatic,
Enigmatic?
and independent characters who crackle with an intensity and charisma that makes them unignorable. So true! For all that power, though, they often remain unknowable to others because they guard themselves and their private
Oh
lives
my god.
fiercely. Do you do
That's like
that?
the avoidant thing all over again. It's like I gotta protect myself, my emotions,
your
my
walls are up.
mysteriousness. You gotta keep thinking of me as mysterious.
I think of you as a little mysterious.
Yeah, but to be fair, like some people you just vibe more easily with, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
given the time zones and everything. Like with you, I feel so comfortable with
Oh, I'm
you. Like I feel
so
like
glad. I'm so
I don't know. Yeah,
happy.
you have like this energy that I really like.
I have a friend that doesn't like the term like fan. Like, I love being
Hmm.
a fangirl, and like I'm a fangirl of you. Like, I don't know if that's weird to you, but I don't think it has to be weird. Like, I could be
No.
your friend and still be a fangirl. Like,
Be whatever. Like I
yeah.
love that. Like I love being a fan of like friends as well. I love being that
Mm-hmm.
kind of cheerleader because I think, like, honestly, like, life is pretty stressful. I'd rather be
Period.
a positive presence than anything.
Yeah,
So I
that's
do
my
try.
channel's all about. We try to just
Mm-hmm.
have fun, you know? We try
Yeah,
to have good lives.
yeah, exactly. And that's the vibe I do get when I watch you. So,
Oh,
yeah,
bless. We
yeah.
try.
Bless, yeah.
Bless. One of the benefits of having this podcast is to just like invite people and get to know them more. I'm serious, Kari. I love your
Yeah.
art. Like you're one of my favorite artists. I love
Oh,
your
thank
art.
you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna try to draw today too. I haven't been drawing at
Yeah.
all this entire week.
Yes.
That's what I also love about you though, Ashley. Like I love that you're constantly like putting out content, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like you're
trying.
trying. Yeah, no, you try hard and I love that.
I'm
And you're
trying.
streaming so regularly as well. I'm just looking forward to your birthday celebration.
Oh,
Which
thank you.
guys, it's August 27th. Put that on your calendar right
I
now if
love
you haven't
Kari. She's the
already.
best. Starts yelling at everyone. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Thank you, Kurri. I wish. But yes, everyone please follow Kurri. I think everyone knows that I really
Thank
do
you.
like Kurri. I got one of the best scabs in the world from Kurri, so please follow Kurri. Please
Thank you
support
for
Kurri.
supporting me.
Because I'm having a hard time hearing. You said you want to date someone who doesn't know VTubers, or
I want to
period.
date someone who doesn't know any
Period.
VTubers because I would get jealous. But if you're right, Paul Kimmy, like if I am the Oshi, heck
So
yeah.
true. Kurri is the Oshi.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That's the
eventually
ideal,
if
I
I'm,
feel like,
let's
for every
say,
VTuber.
yeah,
Like,
right?
you want to be the
Mm-hmm.
Oshi.
Yeah,
So
if
cute.
you're dating someone and you're not their Oshi, like that's not right. But sometimes I see like people dating like in this community, and then they like flirt with the other person, the streamer, but they have like a partner. And if that happened to me, I would go crazy. I would become
Aww.
like needy streamer girl
Oh,
overload,
I
you
love
know?
that game. I would be jealous too. I'd be like, why are you looking at someone
Yeah.
else?
Better be your Oshi. Better be your needy streamer.
You're threatening. I love it when you threaten. Such a vibe. Such a boss girl
Yeah.
energy. You're welcome back on the podcast if you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, I will. Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone in
Yes.
Ashley's channel for also like being here, listening to us yap.
Yeah,
It's been also fun to like chat with you guys too.
Uh,
But yeah, remember that Ashley's birthday on this 27th.
not sponsored. Curry's free advertising. Right
Not
here.
sponsored, and she still has lots of posters and prints available, so please check her out.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Is there any advice you would like to give to anyone?
Mm.
It could be any advice.
I think, like given everything that we said, I think the most important part is like be yourself, like let yourself be yourself. You should, like Ashley say, be honest with what you say because ultimately you gotta if your end game is to be in a long-term relationship, this person should learn to love you and appreciate you for who you are. And if you're hiding that, it's not gonna go well.
We love that. We love that here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once
Okay,
again, thank you so much, Kurri, for joining us on the Love Love Beam podcast. If you want to support it, please listen all of it on Spotify or pretend you listen to all on Spotify and rate it 5 stars. Once again, please follow Kurri Momo. Kurri Momo does a lot. They do art, they do games, they do chatting too. I do enjoy Kurri's just chatting streams. If you're lucky, you'll get a cam stream.
You're lucky. So true.
All right, and we will end the podcast with our iconic ending saying, are you ready, Kurri?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love
yourself.
Love me. Sending you.
Sending you love me.
Yay.
We'll practice that. See you guys.
I'm sorry.